where she left off. Gabby Magawa. Before the event even started, she said this was her favorite one, and she called her shot because Gabby Magawa takes an event win in dramatic fashion over second place Amy Kringle. It was basically a touch-and-go race to the finish, but Gabby Magawa gets her at the end. Your second event, 5 rounds for time, 100 double unders, 20 toes to bar, 10 front squats at 155. Lucy, your Go Ruck steps to success.
So definitely relax through those double unders and toes to bar, but I think we will see a quick break on those toes to bar with the women in order to hold that strong squat pace on the front squats.
Your lane assignments for this fourth and final heat, your top 10 women coming into the second day of competition. But looking over there at lane number 6, in her third year at semifinals, Amy Kringle is looking to try to make her rookie debut at the CrossFit Games, was leading yesterday during event 1, but Gabby Magawa takes her over.
Amy always seems to have a solid start to the semis events. They usually open with a nice long workout. She won event 1 back in SID at 2022. She came top 5 in Berlin last year. So it'll be really interesting to see if she can hold this through.
Von Rohr, rookie debut here, although she first place worldwide in the Open. Decent performance yesterday, but you said last night, we're talking about this, Lucy, that this actually could be the best event for Von Rohr. Win a CrossFit Tour worldwide, visiting CrossFit gyms around the globe. Create an account, scan the QR code, or visit hustleup-app.com to enter. Drawings will take place on June 20th, 2024. We're just talking about Mirjam Von Rohr, rookie here debut. However, we thought, oh, yesterday might be her best event. Obviously, it's very well known at this point as her experience and success at High Rocks. Okay, running and clean and jerks. However, squats, you say, might be her powerhouse movement.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on YouTube. She's got 300 unbroken wall balls. She can do 63 unbroken paused back squats at 100. That is a ridiculous volume. And when we look at this event, there's a lot of leg strength endurance. It's clear she's got that.
Gabby Magawa in the center lane. Your overall leader after day 1. Won the 2023 European Championships. Here for semifinals. There's more on Gabby. Let's go down to Lauren Smith.
We could sing Gabby's praises all day long. She's a phenomenal athlete, but so often we're looking for those connections between the sport and what we see on the floor and what happens at home. And there is a wonderful story that happened at quarterfinals, where after Laura Horvath and Gabby Magawa were done with theirs at CrossFit Glasshouse, guess who took it on next? It was Gabby's dad versus Laura's mum in the CrossFit quarterfinals. They've got such a incredible support system. Now they've all made their home in Hungary, and it's just aiding all of her performances. You know what it's like. If you have a nice and settled system behind you, you can give your best on the floor, and I have no doubt that's what we're going to see over the course of the weekend.
2 athletes rolling forward just ahead of the pack. Lane number 4, Emma Tall, followed by lane 10, bottom of your screen, Karin Freyova. So you get into our second round of 100 double unders. GOWOD is the official mobility partner of the CrossFit Games. Take your mobility to the next level with GOWOD's personalized program and take advantage of a 14-day free trial to start your journey. These 10 athletes chasing the time to beat set by Claudia Gluck at 11:40. That was all the way in heat number 2. As you see, Emma Tall is one of the more consistent athletes as far as success in the field. Just a couple of missteps along the way. You know, a penalty on a barbell, a sickness has just kept her out of being a more prominent figure at, say, the games level.
Yeah, exactly, because every time she does make the games, she's pretty dangerous on most of those events. And so, you know, it would be great to see that consistency from her. It's always the athlete's frustration with those online events. As soon as they get here, you know what's happening. Like, you've got your judge and it's nice and simple, but having to create that around you in those quarterfinals, in those open workouts, can be a big source of stress for the athletes.
Left side of your screen, Elena Karatala. As Colin Frayover on the right. Again, your top 10 women after day number 1. Only 10 spots available for this European semifinal. And your 2023 CrossFit Games champion, Laura Horvath. Back in action here. She took second at the semifinal last year. Gabby Magawa took first, but Laura Horvath finally getting that CrossFit Games win, looking to solidify her place and make a statement here at the European semifinal, as it'll be the first weekend. But the talk along this is Tia Toomey is back this year after taking the year off last year, having her first child and back in action. And this is setting up to be an exciting season with those two athletes in the field, potentially in Fort Worth, Texas in August. As Elena Karatala in lane number 9 is your current leader in this event. Just past the 4:32 mark, Claudia Gluck holds the time to beat at 11:40. She was done with round number 2 at 4:09. So these athletes are teetering with that pace at Claudia Gluck, but unfortunately for them is Gluck never slowed down.
No, her second last round, was 2:36. Her last round was 2:32, and all of them are around that 2:20 to 2:30 mark. So it'll be really interesting to see. You know, we've seen a lot of athletes have that really strong start from the 1 to 3 rounds, and then it's rounds 4 and 5 where we start to see that separation.
Elena Karatala is done. We're in the 3rd round of 5. 100 double unders. 20 toes to bar is next as Emma Tall hops up just a second behind her. Emma Tall qualified the CrossFit Games in 2019, being the fittest in Sweden, as country champions were all invited to the CrossFit Games that year, but she's also made it back in 22 and 23, as she missed the 2022 semis with an illness. As Karatala still holds a slight edge on Emma Tall. As we are in the 3rd round, 3rd set of front squats, 10 front squats at 155 pounds. Just past the 6-minute mark, Claudia Gluck in heat number 2, she was done with this round at 6:32.
I always think it's really interesting to see which athletes do up their belt as they're getting to the bar and which athletes wait until they get to the bar to do up their belt. It's the little things like that where it's like, does this person want a break or does this person want to get their hands on the bar?
Karatala and Tall are done at the exact same time, right at the time and pace set by Claudia Gluck, as Karatala is jogging to the rig along with Laura Horvath. Laura Horvath and Gabby Magawa are now moving in to challenge for that first place position, not unlike what we saw from Uldis Upenix, who won it for the men's, where he did the first 3 rounds kind of watching everybody's pace, getting a feel, and this is where he started to press the pace, and we might be seeing the same thing from Laura Horvath. Colin Frayover is stepping in.
Exactly, you don't want to go too fast on the first rounds. At the same time, you don't want to count yourself out in those first 3 rounds. So it's about being there, but not necessarily being in the lead, and then pulling through and pushing the pace when you need to.
Laura Horvath sitting in 7th after the first event yesterday, which actually was a much better start than it was last year for her. She ended up being 2nd overall at the semis. 100 double unders. This is the 4th round. Athletes will move to 20 toes to bar and then 10 front squats at 155 pounds. Emma Tall on the left side of your screen. Gabby Magawa just to her right. And it is Laura Horvath that has taken the lead, followed by Gabby Magawa. Training partners, best friends, now sitting 1st and 2nd in this heat.
this is where Claudia Gluck's time will start to play in, because they've been pretty similar up until this point. You know, Laura coming through, obviously, but ultimately coming off that bar at the same time. So it's these last 2 rounds that are really going to dictate actually who's going to take the overall event win.
And as you said, Claudia Gluck's last round was faster than her 4th round as Laura Horvath took a quick break. Gabby Migała goes unbroken, and now she takes the lead.
And you can see that midline fatigue on Laura's toaster bar. That kip is getting bigger and bigger. I mean, she's relying on it and feeling that through the abs.
Migała on the right, Horvath on the left, rep for rep on the 4th round of front squats, 10 front squats at 155 pounds. And as Emma Tall gets off the rig, she has fallen well behind the pace of these leaders. The time you're looking for, if they want to get the best one, 9:04. Times at the upper left corner of your screen as Gabby and Laura are done right at that time, but we know that Gluck had her fastest round on the last one. Laura Horvath jogging back to her rope, followed by Gabby Migała. 11:40.59 is the time to beat. Horvath has about a 12-rep lead on Migała, as Migawa's working in her 5th final set. Now, we've seen a lot of things happen by a lot of good athletes in this last round, especially on these double unders.
Yeah, let's just say those, hope those belts stay intact.
Amy Kringle.
Amy's favorite movement is either a toaster bar or a GHD, so I'm sure she's loving this workout.
Which can be quite a weapon in the 5th and final round of this event.
Exactly.
Emma Tall has dropped to 4th place as Kringle has moved into 3rd. Elena Karatala is just getting to her start mat as Laura Horvath has but a handful of reps left to finish out this last set of double unders. 10 reps left for Horvath. Horvath is done, 10:09 on the clock. 11:40 is the time to beat. Claudia Gluck on this last round went unbroken. Isn't necessarily needed if Laura Horvath can push the squats at the end, but it definitely helps if Laura Horvath can hang on. Gabby Migała, right side of your screen, in the green, just getting to the rig, about 5 reps behind Laura Horvath. Jenny Muir is just getting out of her screen. She's on her 4th round, so Horvath and Migała are about to lap her. Migała takes a break. Laura Horvath is holding on. And with that last rep that she has 50 seconds to get the time to beat. Laura Horvath, hands right on the bar. Lucy, as you said, belt up in the transition. Pick the bar up when you get there. 2 reps done for Horvath. 30 seconds to go. Here comes Gabby Migała. Laura Horvath, final 5 reps. And with just 1 squat left to go, your 2023 CrossFit Games champion gets her first win of the weekend here at the 2024 European semifinals. Gabby Migała, first place yesterday. How about a 2nd place to start day number 2? Amy Kringle, the time of 11:40 is passed. Claudia Gluck should hold on to 3rd overall, but Amy Kringle could get herself a 4th place finish.
This will be a great start from Amy. Obviously, Claudia's time's just gone, but top 5 time, that's exactly what she needs.
Top 5 to manage to mix with a 2nd place finish on yesterday, so she could see herself holding on to that 2nd place position. Kringle will be done at 12:06. .12:06 should be good enough. And actually, that was just 1 second ahead of Fuliano's time, so it's good that she ran across the finish line as you have Karatala, Dahlstrom, and Tall trying to close out their final set of front squats. Tall, consistent. Karatala just took a little pause at the top, and it'll be Tall. Emma Tall will cross the finish line at 12:37. Here comes Jacqueline Dahlstrom. Missed the games last year, trying to make it back. Karatala is done. Still under the 13-minute mark. Karin Freyova working on her last set of front squats. Barnfreyova had won the French Throwdown at a previous year. As you see, Ella Wilkinson, who's sitting 4th overall, had a great start to the weekend yesterday with the running and clean and jerk event. More in her wheelhouse, though, to start the weekend off. Ella Wilkinson at a high-performance CrossFit. Second coming in, won't be second coming out, but should be able to see herself in the top 10 as Jenny Muir, who is 5th after the first event, struggling a bit in the second. And for Muir, she's got 10 reps left to go. Still looking good on these front squats.
She is a strong squatter.
Jenny Muir, who had actually very similar start to last year. She got first in the first event last year and then struggled a bit on the second one. But it is your reigning CrossFit Games champion, Laura Horvath, building off the 7th place finish she got yesterday and good enough for first today.
So we saw Elena Karataya-Sanahuya with the early lead through rounds 1 and 2. Looked really good, but then coming into round 3, that's where we started to see, round 4, sorry, that's where we started to see Laura Horvath make her move. And then rounds 4 and 5, it was Gabby Magawa and Laura Horvath neck and neck, good friends, really good training partners. But then ultimately Laura Horvath held onto that bar unbroken for the last set of toes to bar, straight in, belted up through the transition, and that solid set of squats to finish the heat first and take the fastest time of the event.
And Laura Horvath, always quiet in the off season.